Grandma went home in a state of inexpressible agitation. Henrietta returned to her mother, looking so distraught that everyone thought she would faint. Whoever reflects on the conduct of Miss StraLSon will of course see at once that there was nothing but artifice and strategy in everything she said to Grandma, and that she had stooped to these ruses so far into her innocent nature, only so that she might escape the dangers which threatened her. We do not fear that in behaving in this way a remarkable young woman has laid herself open to censure. The purest virtue must sometimes resort to rest and blameless expedients. When she reached her house, having no further reason for this tribulation, she told her mother and her aunt everything that had happened to her. She held nothing back of what she said in her effort to escape, nor any promises that had been forced to make for the same reason. Apart from her imprudence in going out alone, no criticism was made of anything that Henrietta had done. Both the most her relatives were opposed to allowing the promise she had made to be honest. They decided that Miss StraLSon should take great care to avoid Grandma everywhere, and that Lady was to reach the door would remain firmly barred to whatever scenario might come. Henrietta felt obliged to point out the future course of action would greatly anger a man who might be very dangerous and desperate, and that in fact, if he had done wrong, he had tried to take like a presentation, and that she believed in consequence that it would be better to allow him to fall than make him any harm. She felt justified in adding that such would also be ruined opinion. Both ladies refused to change their minds, and orders were given accordingly. Meanwhile, William, who had wasted all these discussions the organization from before to arrive, was left to Donald, and one day the doctor when he came to the hotel building. Begging his sleep to go himself and find out the reason for the delay, which gave him great cause. They arrived at the doctor's house an hour after Henrietta had returned. When she saw him, she burst into tears. He took his hand and said to her tenderly, "Oh dear, all year I think you can work with me." Repeatedly when he felt down his wrist to speak with the man whom her mother already regarded as a son-in-law, they were left together to ponder all that just had happened. "Oh, mademoiselle," cried Williams when he had been told the full story, "and it was on my account that you were to be dishonored. To give me a moment's satisfaction, you were almost reduced to becoming the most unfortunate of women." "Yes, mademoiselle, and all for a whim. I must tell you that I was not ill. A friend wished to meet you, and I wanted to see what a fortunate man I am to possess the tenderness of such a beautiful woman. That is all the mystery there is, Henrietta. You see now that I am guilty twice over." "Let us say no more about it, my dear," replied Miss StraLSon. "I am with you now, and all is forgotten. But you do see, Williams," she added, allowing her glance to ignite the sweetest of fires in the heart of the man she adored, "you must see that I would never have seen you again if disaster had befallen you. You would not have wished to have any more to do with the victim of such a man, and in addition to my own grief, I should have known the despair of losing what I hold most dear in all the world." "You must not think that way, Henrietta," Williams replied. "There is nothing on this earth which will ever prevent you from being adored by a man who glories in your love. Since I shall worship you until the day our last drawn breath, please believe that the sentiments you inspire rise above all human actions, and that it is impossible for me not to feel them as it is for you to cease to be worthy of inspiring them." Then the two young people discussed the disastrous event with slightly cooler heads. They conjectured that Lord Granville was a very dangerous enemy, and that the course of action that they had decided on would serve only to make him angrier. But there was no way of altering it, for the ladies would not hear of it. William spoke of his new friend, and such were the innocence and sense of security of those honest souls that they never suspected for any moment that the bogus Scotsman might be an agent in Grenville's employ. Far from it. William's favourable remarks about him made Henrietta wish to meet him. She was very thankful that he had formed so sturdy an acquaintance. But let us quit these right-thinking people who supped together, enforced each other, made plans for the future, and finally said good night. Let us leave them for a moment and return to their persecutor. By hell's pit and all the devils who dwell there, his lordship said, when Gave came to see him the next morning. I do not deserve to live, my lad. I am but a schoolboy. I am an utter fool, I tell you. I held her in my arms. I saw her kneel before me, and I did not have the courage to make her serve my appetites. I simply could not bring myself to humiliate her. She is no woman, my friend. She is a portion of the Godhead, come down on earth to wake in my soul virtuous feelings I never had before in my whole life. She is led to believe that she might love me some day, and I would never understand that loving a woman formed any part of the pleasure she gave me. I rejected the pleasure which was there for the having, in exchange for an imaginary sentiment which torments and alarms me, and which I do not yet understand. Gave took his lordship severely to task. He made him fear that he had been the plaything of a mere chit of a girl. He thought him wrongly that such an opportunity would not come again in a hurry, for the quarry would now be on their guard. Yes, your lordship, he went on, remember that you will regret the mistake you have just made, and your linen shoe will cost you dear. Are you the kind of man who lets himself be carried away by a few tears and a pair of pretty eyes? Or will the letter be into which you have let your heart sink afford you the same quotient of a sensual satisfaction which you ordinarily derive from the stoical indifference which you have sworn never to abandon? Abandon? I tell you, your lordship, you will ruin your pity upon your soul. You will regret it.